Hello and happy Oathbound release day. We're gonna have another week in my life reading vlog, getting through this book, or as far as I can in this book. It's pretty chunky. I got through Bloodmarked in a week. I finished it last night and I'm ready to kick off Oathbound. Super excited to get to this book. Today has just been like horrible. I don't know what it is, but I have felt like so much anxiety. The crazy thing is, the most relaxing part of my day was going to the DMV. It was the most peaceful experience I've ever had at a DMV. I didn't even pick up my copy of Oathbound. Peter went and got it for me. Oh, it was a rough one, guys. I feel like one thing just like set me off, and it wasn't even that big of a deal. And it's just kind of like messed up my whole day. So I'm looking forward to transporting myself somewhere else for the rest of the day, staying away from my computer. It's 5 p.m. We don't need her anymore. And trying not to stress too much about anything. I feel like there's just a lot going on in the world right now too. And every time I open the news, or I'm on social media, there's just always a new headline, and I think a lot of this is just kind of compiling on top of just other personal stressors in life. Anyway, that's kind of an info dump on where we are at. I'm super excited to dive into the third book in the Legendborn series. I think I've heard there's supposed to be a fourth book coming out. So Legendborn is a YA kind of modern fantasy surrounding Arthurian legends. Our main character Bree is off at early college at the University of North Carolina, and she finds herself entangled in a secret society filled with students who are descendants of the Knights of the Round Table. As in any YA fantasy, our main character finds power that awakens within herself. I really think this book series is awesome. I love the themes, how your power comes from your ancestors. Bree has just two strong lineages and she draws power from both of them. Really about, calling back to your ancestors, learning about the lives they walked and why they did the things they did, how that affects your life today. I really loved the first book, just the intricate world building and magic system. I feel like the second book kind of lost me though. The second book did dive a lot more into the romance and the love triangle and focused less on everything else. I feel like that kind of hurt it for me, and you know, maybe it's because I just don't have this teen angst inside of me. And a lot of people love Selwyn Kane, but I am just, this is my unpopular opinion, I am not a fan. If there's one thing about me, is I'm never gonna go after the guy who's mean to me, the guy who lies to me. I'm not buying it. Sel and Bree will be arguing and Sel says something really mean and then they go back and forth, and then suddenly Sel says something really flirtatious and then suddenly everything is good again. And I'm just not into that. And I feel like that was like a big part. Also, there's like a whole like cheating thing going on. I don't know. Bree, I need you to pull it together, this book. It's really awesome. I finished Bloodmarked last night because this is just gonna dive right into the next book. But tonight's plans is I'm literally just gonna curl up in bed. Let's get to reading. I just got home from work not too long ago. Today was so much better than yesterday was. Today was also Employee Appreciation Day and they filled us with sweets and dairy today. There's gonna be pizza and ice cream at lunch, and I came into work and there was like a Reese's bar on my desk, and then I left my desk to go to a meeting and I came back with like a coffee card from my manager. I got home ate dinner, and now I'm gonna work on a few things. I need to package up some books I sold, and then I'm gonna do a little bit of tidying of some cords. And then I will get into Oathbound, and I'm gonna be honest, I read 1 page. You saw me read the 1 page. So we're gonna hone in on it today. I believe in me. While I'm doing these tasks, I'm gonna listen to my audiobook, which is not Oathbound, unfortunately. Oathbound has like a several months wait on it from the library. So I'm just continuing the audiobook I was already listening to. And for my book club this month, we are reading The Vampires of El Norte by Isabel Cañas, and I am 71% of the way through. So I'm gonna listen to that while I'm doing some of my tasks. I'm really enjoying this book. I feel like it's very like just tense and dramatic, and yeah, I really enjoy kind of the double entendre in this book with vampires being the Americans sucking the land dry and like actual vampires. It's a fun read so far. I am going to do some cleaning tasks and listen to my audiobook, and then we will get to reading Oathbound. Also, my headphones are broken slightly. I don't know if you can tell, but they are caving in right here. They are like bending outward, and it's also like falling out of, I don't know, the socket up here. It's like broken on the inside, and I've replaced the cups already, but the cups are falling off again, and it's just a bad time. I've had these things since 2016, so they're almost 10 years old, and they are just now falling apart on me. Like, I'm not buying new headphones right now. Not in this economy. Goodness gracious. I could go on about that too, but I digress. No new headphones. I'm gonna live with these until they stop working completely, but they are falling apart just a little bit. Work is done, and we've got a full evening ahead of us. We gotta make a run to Costco, and then we have tennis tonight at 7, right? And then a new episode of Severance releases, and then we gotta cook dinner, and will we even have any time to play Split Fiction? I don't know. We downloaded Split Fiction because it released today, and we played some levels at lunch, but didn't get too far in the game, and I'm loving it so far. Split Fiction is from the makers of It Takes Two. This is their next game they've just put out, and it's awesome. It feels a lot like It Takes Two, but like less cutesy so far, but I'm loving like the sci-fi fantasy elements. You play as 2 authors who are working with this publishing company that brings their stories to life, and they both get trapped in each other's simulations. We're gonna go run some errands and then get on with the evening. We have returned from Costco, and we picked up some sumo oranges, and there was like 3 people in the store who stopped us to say these are the best oranges, and I've been served so many ads of these oranges lately, so we had to try them. They're really expensive. They're like $1 an orange. So they're not good, and they don't live up to the hype. I'm gonna be really upset. Oh, that makes it really easy to peel.
That's true.
Rip that thing off. Yeah. I see the hype. I get it. I definitely prefer this to a normal orange. Those are really good.
Yeah.
They're sweeter, and They're much easier to peel. Would I buy these again? I'd buy it like once a year probably. It's pretty good. Hello and happy Friday. I'm channeling like struggling corporate girl today. You know, I got the hair thrown up, button up tee on, and underneath I've got on a pair of sweatpants and fuzzy socks. So really living it up out here. If I'm not wearing a bra, I can't get any work done. I don't know what it is. So that's a must. And also I can't be in my sleep shirt. Sometimes I do that and it just feels like I can't get anything done. But that's okay. So I've got struggling corporate girl on today, and that's how I feel internally too. I am struggling today. I went to tennis last night, so much fun. I love learning and getting the hang of it. It's been just like such a fun workout, and I was wiped yesterday after that. We watched Severance and I fell asleep, so I need to rewatch last night's episode. So I'm gonna keep working, wrap up work, and then I don't know what we're doing after work. Probably playing Split Fiction. Weekend plans will involve Peter's grandma's birthday gathering. We're driving halfway between here in Seattle because Peter's got family in Seattle, and we're meeting up halfway and we are going out for lunch. And then also I'm hoping we have time to go stop by the zoo because there's a baby elephant at the zoo. Her name is Tula, and apparently she's growing at 2 pounds every day, and she's like tiny, but she's also huge, and I want to see the baby elephant. Feels like something I will only have so many chances in my life to do. So yeah, other than that, we'll probably just be gaming, reading. I have so many thoughts about Oathbound right now. I'm like 5 or 6 chapters in. I haven't had a ton of time to read it, but I do have thoughts. I also have a fun package I wanted to open with you all. I placed my first order with jet pens recently and it came in, so I wanted to open it up with y'all. I already opened it and looked at it, but I want to show y'all. Recently I saw this TikTok and it was about like the Japanese stationery awards. There's like different pens, highlighters, and things like that they featured. I'm in the market for some pens. Let's see. And I thought the highlighters were the coolest thing, so I'll show you what I got. These were the things I was scoping out from the Japanese Stationery Awards, and I was on a wait list for the pen specifically. They're like completely out of stock. It literally just looks like a pen. It's supposed to write really smoothly, and yeah, the pen is just black ink. The shell is this beautiful green. I love green. And this is called the Uni Jetstream Light Touch Ink Ballpoint Pen. So I'm really excited to try this. Love me some pens. I also got a bunch of highlighters. These are the Pilot Curanas, and basically they're a double-sided highlighter. One side just has like a little, just like a little tip. And then the other side, which I thought was so cool, is a thicker highlighter. There are guidelines on the edge of the highlighter to help you make straight lines. And my lines when I'm highlighting are always wobbly, so this is super cool to me. I got a bunch of pastel colors. I have yellow, pale pink, pale orange, pale blue, and pale green. The rest of what I ordered is just to get me to $35, so I would get free shipping. And I got this book clip or journal clip. This I'm seeing myself using with my junk journal. Just as there's so much junk in it, the pages start to like come up as you're working in it. So this will help keep it clipped down. I got some washi tapes. This one has like days 1 through 31 or just 31 number blocks on it. So super helpful for like habit tracking during the month. This tiny washi tape is a mood tracker with just 3 simple moods. This is just the uni ballpoint pen ink refill in case I really like it. I have an extra refill. And then I got some colorful index tabs that are supposed to work really well with the Hobonichi. I love stationery, so this was a really satisfying haul and I'm so excited to try the pens. Let's do a little reading update. I'm 6 chapters in. Not very far at all, but I have like not had that much time to read recently. Oathbound has kicked off in a really interesting place. Bree has essentially made a deal with a demon to learn from him and hone in her powers, and I think that's such a fascinating turn this book has taken, from Bree learning from her friends and learning from her ancestors to now learning from her enemy. I'm really excited to see how Bree like grows and develops, especially being away from her friends during this time. I'm curious what that's gonna do to her as a character, and I'm really curious to see what the motives of our antagonist is. He hasn't explained why he's taken Bree under his wing and decided to train her, but it's really interesting because like this is the guy who is hunting Bree down, but now he is training her. So I'm really curious to see what the motives are and where this story is going to go. I need to dedicate some more time to it. I feel like this month and this week is just a crazy time for new release books and games, and it's just such an exciting time, but I don't have enough time. I don't have enough time to do it all, and I have too many hobbies and too many things I want to do. The sun is shining right now. Like, I want to go for a hike, I want to go for a walk, but like also I want to play split fiction, I want to read my book. Wanderstop comes out next week. I want to get into some sewing projects for summertime, and like I'm a little all over the place. This is a chunky book. I think it's 650 pages. One of the longest fantasy books I've read in a while. I have been reading like Brandon Sanderson, The Way of Kings. I read the first 2 books and those are, but this is probably one of the chunkiest like books outside of that I've read in a while. So I'm gonna take some time over lunch and do some reading and see how far we can get. a large content creator has stolen my content. This morning I woke up and I was tagged in a post, and word for word, shot for shot, a large content creator really just like took my content and posted it. This is the first time this has happened to me with my knowledge, and I was like really mad about it this morning. Obviously, I've since kind of cooled down about it, and honestly, it's motivated me to you know, I don't know, work at this and get better at it. It's so frustrating when large content creators do this. This person has like 150,000 followers on TikTok and Instagram, and I'm just like a puny creator. But these are the people who get so many opportunities, and the small creators are kind of left devoid with their ideas stolen and in nothing. So honestly, it's just really like lit a fire under me, and like I really want to work hard. So I guess thank you to this person whom I've now blocked, because you are not allowed to access my content if you're gonna steal it. I don't even know. You didn't even like try to change like the caption of the video or anything. You just took it word for word. That's how you know you've made it. I digress. I've had some time to cool off, several hours actually. I was like seething the whole like hour-and-a-half drive to lunch today. We met up with Peter's family for lunch. It was really great to see everybody and just get out of town for a bit. And then we just got back home pretty recently, and I think I'm gonna read for a bit. And if I can't read for that long, I don't know how long I want to read for, but if I'm finding myself not like, I don't know, feeling engaged by it, I think I'm gonna move into my sewing projects. I really want to learn how to sew my own clothing, and the first thing I want to do is make some shorts. So if I'm not feeling engaged by the book, I am going to move into sewing, but that's kind of where we are. We are back home. We had such a fun day out and about. Went to the zoo and spent quite a lot of time there. It was so cool today because we went right when they opened, and like all of the animals were active. I saw a polar bear for the first time at the Oregon Zoo. Yeah, just saw a bunch of animals I normally wouldn't see. And we saw the baby elephant Tula too. She was so stinking cute. Oh my gosh. To be in the same timeline as a baby elephant is great. I'm glad we got there really early too, because the lines were really long. There was a pretty long line to just get into the zoo, and then we just walked over to the elephant exhibit and got in. But after we got out, the line started building up. But yeah, and then we just wandered the zoo, and then after that we got some brunch at Pine State Biscuits. That was our first time there. It was good. Their biscuits are quite good. But I feel like I wouldn't order like a lot on their menu. They had a lot of like fried chicken and biscuits and gravy, and I'm I'm not super into fried food, and I don't like biscuits and gravy. And then we did some shopping. Peter wanted some clothes for our upcoming trip and kind of like spring, summertime. And I had a Barnes & Noble gift card, so we stopped into Barnes & Noble. I knew what I wanted when we got there. At least I knew one of the books. First, I picked up a copy of Watermoon. This is by Samantha Sato Yamabo. I've heard a lot about this book and it sounds really pretty, kind of like a whimsical, dreamy fantasy. And I just want to say how beautiful is this book. And then on the inside, it has instructions on how to fold the dust jacket into a paper boat, which I will not be doing, but I appreciate the suggestion. And then on the inside of the dust jacket is just this beautiful illustration. I'm like, this is how you do it. Like, this isn't a special edition of the book or anything. I thought this book sounded gorgeous, so I wanted to pick it up. The other book I was considering getting was Wings of Starlight by Alison Saft. I didn't see it. I know that book has just like flown off the shelves. The next book I just ended up getting was Rhythm of War by Brandon Sanderson. I am reading the Stormlight Archive. I'm on Oathbringer, or I need to start Oathbringer. I've been doing other reading right now before I commit myself to another 1,000-page book, but I just decided to pick up the next book in the series. And while we were there, I was looking to see if they had Oathbound. I know lately on TikTok there's been a lot of buzz about how Barnes & Noble is like stocking Oathbound, and I did not see a single copy in this Barnes & Noble. And I found deep in the back of the store in the shelves one copy of Legendborn and one copy of Bloodmarked, which was really shocking, just knowing how like popular and beloved the series is. It wasn't on a table, there was no nothing for this book, which is just really disappointing. And I'm hearing this is happening at like many Barnes & Noble across the United States. And you know, I was like walking by the new fiction section. There's like, in Barnes & Noble, they have all the new hardcovers. Literally on the shelf for new and noteworthy is all of the Sarah J. Maas books. And I'm like, why? These books have been around forever. They have millions of their own displays in the stores. Usually she takes up a whole shelf in the store. Why is this over here? I think Tracy Deonn's books deserve more than that. I digress. So we are going to kick back for a little bit. I know I'm a little bit winded from being at the zoo and walking around and shopping. So we're gonna kick back. I think we're gonna find a show to watch as I have to de-thread the waistband on the shorts I'm sewing because I totally messed it up and it's too small for the elastic. So I have to de-thread it and that's taking a long time. So I'm probably gonna work on that and we'll see where this Sunday takes us. Friends, it is Tuesday. Yesterday was just a crazy whirlwind because I went to work and then immediately after work we left and saw mxmtoon in concert. She was awesome. She is such a great performer and I've been listening to mxmtoon since about 2019 and it's been so cool to watch her like grow and develop musically. Super obsessed with her latest record, Liminal Space, and this is the Liminal Space tour, and I just think she's such a fun performer. She's so positive and just like, I feel like it was just radiating happiness in there. Also, I'm wearing my merch today, very comfy. Today was another crazy day, just a lot of things going on at work, and I can feel the stress affecting me this week. I feel like there's just been a lot of things going on. I feel like it's affecting my body negatively, and a lot of weird things are happening to me right now. So I'm taking the evening off. I got a little cozy setup going on. Let me show you. I have literally got it all. I got snacks, coloring book, journal, book. My Steam Deck's on the charger. I'll be playing some games tonight, but I am unplugging. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this video. This was intended to be a reading vlog, and then we kind of went off the rails there. But I promise you, I will be reading more Oathbound. I just got the audiobook for it. Thank you for joining me on this chaotic week, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your week, month, day, whenever you're watching this, and I will see you all next time. Bye!